Now the key word, my good fellows, is wassailing, not waffling.
Welcome. We are back. Another day in the market. Hope everybody's doing well. We're going to start off with crypto, talk about the overall market. After that, I'm going to be talking about some other stocks I feel like talking about. Then we'll talk about the ongoing swings. We'll do some ticker requests in for a fun stream. So, yeah, we're only a few days away from Christmas. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the holidays, whether you celebrate them or if you're just enjoying winter. I don't know. But let's get started with Bitcoin. We got a lot going on. Futures currently, they're a little bit red, but really not that red. So that's good. What's up? Skip, T-Lu, KTF, Maxime, Cheddar Freeze, Pleberay, how's everybody doing? Hit the like button on your way in. Let's get to the charts. We're going to start off with Bitcoin, which it's looking really interesting here. RSI starting to curl up. We're going off purely candle bodies and not candle wicks, and could argue some divergence on the daily. Did end up bouncing off the 200-day moving average, and now take a look at this on the daily. It's testing a breakout of this falling wedge that I've drawn. And on the 4-hour, you're also testing a breakout of this pattern we've been looking at. So yeah, Bitcoin is it's on the verge of a breakout. We'll see if it can actually confirm it or not. We did talk about this double bottom looking formation last night on stream. Looks like that's currently playing out. It's got a little bit of chop here around 49k. If that can break, 50.4k and then 54k could be tested next. If none of that happens and you actually use this resistance as resistance and reject it and you can't break it, then your first support's 45.5k, and then after that 41, 42k. So major support you definitely want to stay above. So Bitcoin, keeping a very close eye on it. Wouldn't be surprised, if we do get a breakout here, people all around the world are going to be seeing that. I wouldn't be surprised if it made a nice quick sharp move. We might talk about Riot and Mara later, which are two stocks related to Bitcoin in a way. So that's what's going on with Bitcoin. Looking really interesting. Ethereum also rallying back up and back above the resistance. It's been testing this resistance for almost a week. You now have confirmed classic bullish divergence on the daily, and you're back above that important 39.60 now that we've been talking about every single night on stream. From this high, this low, this low, you're back above it. Honestly, Ethereum's looking neat to me as well. Maybe you could draw a little bit of a supply line like this, in which it's currently breaking out of a triangle pattern on the 4-hour. Let me chart this really quickly. You're getting a triangle breakout on the 4-hour for Ethereum. I could probably take this off the hourly chart. So Ethereum keeping another eye on it, I guess. I don't know the right way to put it. So that's looking interesting. OMI, nice bounce, 6% bounce, trying to hold on to this 0.006 support. It's just got to clear this resistance. I mean, it tested it here, it couldn't clear it. It tested it here, it couldn't clear it. Maybe the third time's the charm. I mean, if that does break, that's a bump and run breakout, which could be very, very interesting. Stephen M in the chat says, just so everyone knows, Mr. LinkedIn and Stephen M are the same person. I knew that, but now everybody else knows that. That's really it for crypto. I might start taking a look at some altcoins again. I don't know, I haven't really looked at too many. We were talking about FTM. It's not on Coinbase, I don't believe. But look at this. I mean, Phantom, FTM to the US dollar. It's trying to break out right now with hidden bullish divergence, double bottoming at the PCZ of a bullish bat over the 200-day moving average, just above a nice line. Like, wow, this chart's beautiful in my opinion. Doesn't mean it's going to go up for sure. Just because you have a beautiful chart doesn't mean it's going to go right up. It could go down. Anything's possible. A lot of these altcoins look like they're dropping down into supports right now. Like they're all kind of in these support ranges that they had during the summer, which is interesting, but they're kind of all like too perfect of a low to have like any sort of a harmonic for right now. Let's see if we could find something. I mean, nonetheless, a lot of these are looking really interesting. That make or break areas. I mean, if Bitcoin and Ethereum start moving, a lot of these altcoins could start moving as well. Bitcoin volatility, huge jump right there on the 4th of November. Bitcoin dominance dropping back to this major support level dating back to 2018. That's really it for crypto. We'll move on to stocks right now. Where do we even start? Futures are relatively flat. They've been a little bit all over the place, but they haven't moved too much. But beautiful day for the market today. We had Biden speaking about COVID today, and market had a really good not really good, but had a good reaction. You were already pretty green on the day, and then you just went even higher. So, you know, it depends on how you want to look at it, but yeah, I wasn't too worried about that speech. I shared like 5 new swings in the morning, like 3 different option ideas and premium, so I wasn't too worried about it. But looks like for right now we're in the clear, but you got to keep looking at everything going on with COVID. Even have, you know, probably a lot of travel within the next couple of days. So yeah, that's gonna all be interesting. Let me test something out. Let me know how the audio is on this. All right.
This is a test donation for $54.
How's that? Was that too loud? But I enabled text-to-speech for tips now. Let me know in the chat how the volume was on that. I want to make sure it's good. It's pretty hard to tell unless I'm like listening to the stream. So we have that. It's a cool new feature to the stream. Let's get started with everything going on in the market. All right. Let me delete. Sorry. So across the board, technicals are looking very sharp in my opinion right now. All right. Getting a lot of technical setups that are very interesting. This classic bearish divergence, it played out for a little bit, but might already be done playing out, which is good to see. So I'm just going to take that off. I'm going to take kind of all the lines off my daily oscillators right now for the S&P 500. Yeah, today we had a gap up, and then we just kind of ran the whole entire day. I think you had a little bit of a pullback like early in the morning after the gap up, and then you just ran. You could see it opened here, then you pulled back over here. You didn't end up filling the gap up on that dip, and then you just kind of ran throughout the day. Volume's good. All right, thank you for letting me know. So it was a great day. The NASDAQ was up 2.5%. SPY was up almost 2%. Russell 2000 was up almost 3%. ARK ETF was up almost 4%.
How about a real tip? Great day for the Discord members. Let's keep it.
Whoa, Stephen M with the $20 tip. Let's get some vibes in the chat. First tip of the night. And you're actually the first person to ever tip with the text-to-speech enabled. So that's a cool little milestone for you as well. I don't know. But thank you so much for the 20, Stephen. Hope you're doing well. Stephen, I really appreciate all the testimonials you shared, how you're doing on Twitter today. A lot of those stocks moving green. So yeah, keep it up. Good stuff. Wishing you the best. Thank you very much for the tip. Vibes in the chat for Stephen. Vibes on the screen for Stephen. All right. Vibes everywhere. But yeah, green. Can't say I'm surprised. Finally got a lot of green on the weekly sheet. You know, a lot of these are not up that much, but we're getting, you know, a lot of these were down 1-2-3% for the last week, and now they're up 1-2-3%. So really good bounces for a lot of swings. I had to sneeze. So yeah, I mean, again, these are the times when most people don't care. It's unfortunate, but it's just how the market works. You know, we have 13 people in here right now. I'm sure if this looks even greener in a week or two, there's going to be 50 people in here, and then maybe they pull back. Maybe the swings pull back after that. It's a cycle, but I always want you, all of you here, no matter what it is. But yeah, I mean, this is something I've been talking about for a week, 2 weeks now, that we're getting a lot of formations in these mid cap and small cap assets, that they're at low risk. That's the phrase I've been using: low risk potential, high reward opportunities. I mean, you still have those across the board. So from a technical standpoint, it's kind of like I'm just scrolling through all these charts, and it's kind of like a dream to me seeing like almost all of these charts either showing dragon patterns, literally like the ARK ETF is like this. There's a lot of charts that look just like this on the daily. Or a lot of them are just showing double bottoms, a lot of hammer candles, and a lot of them have made 70-80% retraces from their highs, and now they're at the harmonic PCZs with classic bullish divergence on the daily, and they had bullish engulfing candles and hammer candles at the bottom, lower Bollinger Bands, like just across the board. So many class A trade looking setups. Doesn't mean they're all gonna, you know, perform amazing, but I mean, these are the times that I wait for, and we're here, we're living it right now. And unfortunately, it's going to be too late for a lot of people. I'm sure a lot of people, I mean, this is how everything goes. You know, I'm sure a lot of people were just cost averaging over here on this dip, because you really didn't get any much of a large dip for a while, you know, between May and November. You had a little bit in September, but I'm sure a lot of people just cost averaging. A lot of people got stopped out in these areas, and now they just want to look away from the market. And, you know, now we're getting double bottoms and supply line breaks with MACD crossovers on the daily. And just, I feel like a lot of people are kind of turning away from the market, at least for a couple of weeks or whatever it is. And it's just a time where I think it's like the most important to be taking a look at a lot of these stocks. So I don't know. It's just me maybe, but let's get started with the overall analysis. This was from last night, maybe the night before. But I mean, did we not talk? How many times do I have to do this? Like, I'm not going to pull it up again, but like, it's literally this easy. I can't believe how stressful people get, or stressed out people get, but like, it's literally been this easy. That's really it. Lower Bollinger Band on the daily, high volume spike. And there's people not watching the stream that can't see something as simple as this every single night. So it's like just the little things, they could really make a huge difference in your performance as a trader. That's why you always have to pay attention. It's never good to ignore the market. It's not always good to always trade, but it's never good to ignore the market, right? You're not always supposed to be in a trade, but you're always supposed to be paying attention to everything. So kind of an abandoned baby, you know, formation over here. You'd rather have that body in the middle of the candle, but it's all good. You had a gap down and a gap up. So bullish, I wouldn't know if I'd call it all right. So the psychology of an abandoned baby is that you have immediate rejection, right? You gapped down and then you immediately rejected that gap down by gapping up. So with abandoned babies in general, and I forget the opposite name for it, the bearish one, but you know, it's kind of like that candle never happened because you were so, you know, bearish going into it, and then you were so bullish coming out of it. It's kind of like a perfect equilibrium. So if we just look at these two candles, it looks like a bullish engulfing candle, but not textbook. So You filled a gap. You still have a gap fill over here around 455 on the SPY. And a little bit of bullish convergence on the oscillators. If you sold off a little bit more, you would have had classic bullish divergence on the daily. But just the context, the volume, the Bollinger Bands, back testing a previous all-time high pretty much. You know, you ended up closing above that previous all-time high. Like, just so technical, and this is exactly where you want it to bounce. Even last night on the stream I talked about this. The bullish shark on the 1 hour, the last time we saw it was over here, led to a 10% rally in the market. I told you all about this bullish shark as was happening at the PCZ back in the end of September. And I told you all about this bullish shark yesterday night on stream, and it, you know, it only went up about 0.5% off that, or maybe, I mean, like 0.75%. Now since the PCZ, the S&P is up about 2.5%. Like, you can't make this stuff up, right? So for everybody, you know, saying TA is fake, like, why did this M-shaped pattern move the S&P 2.5% higher in 2 days? Why did it do that at that exact 886 retrace? Why did that happen? I just want to know. I want to know what the argument is, because it keeps happening time and time again. It's a pretty funny coincidence if it's fake. But yeah, now you're currently sitting at pretty much a golden retrace. You're in the golden zone between the 50 and the 61% retrace. We'll see if you can hold it. The important thing we did see today was you broke above and closed above 462. So you tested it for like 2 hours and eventually broke above it in the last hour of the day and closed above it. This 462 level was resistance in the beginning of November over here, and it was support around November 10th on this low. Now you're back above it. If you can hold above it, your next resistance is 465.2. A little bit of a resistance zone between 465.2 and 466.3. So yeah, looking at the overall market, as long as you can hold above the low you put in yesterday, things are looking good to me. That's your 100-day moving average. 450 is the level you want to hold. That simple. As long as the S&P is above 450 and there's not super bad news, I'm bullish on the stock market. That's literally it. I mean, maybe we get all the way up here and then we have bearish divergence. Then maybe I change to bearish, but I'm saying, you know, in this context. So that's your S&P 500. Look at the NASDAQ next. I mean, the lump, good job on this. The lump spotted this upsloping channel. Perfectly bounced off of it. It was also at a kind of an inflection zone over here. Hidden bullish divergence is now developing. Got to retest that previous all-time high at 15.4K. We'll see if there's enough strength to break it this week. But yeah, perfectly bounced off that demand line. And we'll see. I think I charted a supply line here. Well, if you look at this pattern I used to have, you're kind of back in it after a fake out at this point. But look at this on the 1 hour. You broke this supply line. I think this was, yeah, this morning you gapped above this supply line. You opened up over here. You went down to back test the supply line. And then every single hour of the day was green after that first hour. So yeah, really good stuff there. Probably went up towards the 78. Nope, 618 retrace. Perfectly close at that. So that's really all that happened. You got resistance at 15.4K, which is just above you on the NASDAQ. If you can break that, next resistance would be 15.6K. I could chart that right now. And in terms of support, yesterday's low. Remember, the low of December 20th is all you want to hold for the overall market. That's it. Hold yesterday's low. That's probably the most important thing. You just want to hold above that low. Okay. You could get a pullback. We did just get a very, very quick and sharp bounce off the low yesterday on the NASDAQ. You're up over 3%. On the SPY, off the low, you're up almost 3%. So yeah, those are your large cap indices. The QQQ actually did reclaim this 387 level. Let's move on over to the Russell 2000. All right. You were getting very, very close to a breakout of the descending broadening wedge on the Russell 2000. Did we not talk about the lower Bollinger Band at a support zone with the bullish pin bar on the daily yesterday? I mean, really, in this whole entire area, I've just been saying you're looking for some sort of a double bottom. Higher low, double bottom, same low, double bottom, lower low, double bottom. We're just looking for confirmation of these lows, and you did it. You did it once again off the support zone, and you got fall through price action. Like, the confirmation is pretty much there at this point. You've pretty much, you know, confirmed 2 bottoms in a row. Have you confirmed the actual double bottom pattern? No, you got to break your neckline and do that, which would look something like this, right? You'd have to break above that. Well, you've confirmed 2 different bottoms. You just haven't really confirmed like the Bulkowski view of a double bottom. And now you're pretty much, just because your candle's moving sideways tomorrow, your candles will always move to the right. That's a fun fact. You're just going to be testing a breakout tomorrow, whether it's a green or a red day for the Russell. You'll be testing a breakout, at least towards the open, unless you gap down to like over here or something. And then the MACD is moving towards green. Obviously, we talked about, I don't know if we talked about the volume on the Russell. I think we did. So another one, just hold above yesterday's low. We've been talking about this for over a week now. and it's happening finally. Okay, finally the ARK ETF. I woke up at 9:30. I got ARK calls and I went back to sleep for an hour and a half. That's all I did. I mean, I just knew that this dragon pattern, it was going to break out of it. My ARK calls are now up like 70% or something. Like it's that simple. It really is. Two different bottoms at the 89 level, and we literally, this was a Sunday, right? Yeah. So we had this red candle. It looked like this. I mean, I was talking about the ARK ETF. It looked just like this on a Sunday night, what, 2 weeks ago or whatever it was. And I said, I'm looking at 89 for support. Literally the next day it went down to 89, and that's pretty much been your bottom so far. You rallied up to 104. You went back down to retest the lows. And now you're rallying again. Even on like lower time frames, the ARK ETF broke out of like this ascending triangle right over here. And not only has it broken it, but it's working on a break, hook, and go. You got your break, your hook, and now you're working on the go. So I'm holding 100% of my ARK calls right now. We'll see what they look like tomorrow. But yeah, not only that, you broke the supply line and you broke above 97, which is your low from May 13th. So that's quite a bit aligning at the same time. You even have a MACD crossover to green. Wow. I mean, I'm just trying to stay calm, because you have to remember, things like this can fail. Absolutely, it can fail. All of it can fail. But for right now, I mean, across the board, you're just getting some beautiful technicals. We'll see if they play out or not. So that's your ARK ETF. Apart from the indices, the US 10-year, kind of trying to, I'm going to delete this right here. Let me kind of reset this chart a little bit. It's been a while since I've kind of recharted this. All right. I don't know. Maybe I'd look at it something like this. We'll look at it like this right now. You only have 4 touches, but it's probably the easiest way to view it. But also on the US 10-year, yet another dragon-looking formation that is breaking out of. I mean, just a lot of dragon patterns recently. So move up today for the US 10-year. The VIX shot back down a little bit, down 8%. Got a little bit of support at $20. We'll see if that holds or not. Gold flat. Hang Seng Index is up almost 1%. Kind of in like a down sloping channel right now. And the dollar still just going sideways. I used to view this as like a regular triangle, and I just viewed it as like an ascending triangle potentially. Dow Jones is retesting a previous all-time high from August. And then this is a iShares Russell 2000 Growth ETF, which is bouncing out of support. Let's see if it broke this. Yeah, just like the Russell 2000, it's testing it. So I don't know. I'm really excited looking at a lot of these charts. I hope they're not false hopes, but I don't remember the last time I've seen all this stuff lining up at the same time. And again, like so many of these stocks, I've said this, I don't even know how many times in the last month, so many of these stocks are down 50, 60, 70, 80% from their highs in February. Like they're going to bounce at some point. They are. Not all of them. Some of them might not. Some of them might just keep pleading forever, but a lot of them are not going to sell off forever. Okay, I'm not going to name names, because then I'm going to name one of them and then I don't know, they get delisted or something and everybody blames me. But you know, I'm bullish for right now. But I could be bearish tomorrow. I don't care. It's not about being right or wrong for me. You all know that. But just looking at charts, they're speaking to me right now, and you're just getting so much confirmation at the exact areas. It's like, it's literally composite operator stuff. Like that's how I'm viewing it, like honestly. So we'll see what happens. Futures continuing to decline a little bit more throughout the night. Only down about 1/5% though. We'll see how they look in the morning. So apart from the overall market, last night on stream, I told you all that I was looking at 4 different stocks for potentially entering. They were AMD. Oh my God, let me make sure I don't miss any of them. AMD, Tesla, Lucid, and GGPI. So AMD was up 6% today. GGPI was flat. Tesla was up 4% today. Lucid was flat. So 2 of them were up a good amount today. The other 2 were flat. We'll just kind of, I'll give a quick update on those really quickly. Start off with Lucid. Still didn't really do anything. Not much to update on, but tomorrow it's going to be just like the Russell 2000. Just because you're going sideways, you're going to be testing a breakout tomorrow on Lucid, unless you gap down like 5% or something. AMD. This one hurts. So I told you all a few minutes ago that I woke up half asleep and I got ARK calls, and those worked out well, but I was also looking at AMD calls, and I was half asleep. And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I'll just wait till I get over to the desk, and then I'll look at AMD calls. And it was up like 1% at the time when I was thinking about it, but I didn't end up pulling the trigger, and then it just ran. It just ran. So I was actually watching it fill this opening gap over here towards the open, and like literally over here, I was like, maybe I'll wait a little bit, see how it reacts. And then I woke up and it was kind of like over here. I'm like, oh, great. I can't keep going higher, can it? And then like it puts in like another 4%. So that kind of stressed me out a little bit. But hey, at least I was able to talk about it on the stream, right? The potential inverse head and shoulders, the wedge breakout at this 134.75 support level. I even brought up some calls I was looking at last on stream. If anybody got those calls in the morning, you're up an insane, not an insane amount, you're up a good amount. So very, very nice move on AMD. Approaching some resistance at 146. GGPI went sideways, but testing a breakout of this wedge on the 1 hour, might be breaking out very quietly on the 4 hour. If you want to rechart it and just go with the wicks, you're still just testing a supply line. I'll keep it like this because you didn't really get any price action yet. So those are looking really interesting. And then Tesla, look at this. You started off the day with a bullish pin bar, and what did I even brought this up last night that I would, because you closed right over here. And I said what I'd like to see Tesla do is something like this to reclaim that demand line before anything else. And it did that. You reclaimed the demand line off the gap fill. I mean, classic bullish divergence is nearly confirmed on the 4 hour, 1 hour chart. Quadruple classic bullish divergence. We talked about this last night, and it's breaking out of this wedge on the daily with a bullish pin bar on the daily. Typically, you'd want this to be completely under that candle. And you also have hidden bullish divergence developing. Tesla's still, it's already up 4%. You know, for the people who didn't watch last night's stream, you already missed out on 4%, but this still could just be the start if you hold today's low. So in a lot of these stocks, you just want to hold either yesterday's low, or if they gap down today, today's low. That's really how simple it is. So those are an update on the 4 ones that I mentioned last night. We'll move on over into CLOV, which was up a few percent today. Not much to really talk about, kind of the same as yesterday. Might be silently breaking out this little wedge here. You got about 3 touches on the supply line, 2 on the demand line. Might be trying to break out this wedge again on the 4 hour. 1 hour chart. You got a gap fill at 417. It just kind of moved up until 410 and went sideways for the rest of the day today, but you're back out of the wedge. So yeah, I'm keeping a very close eye on this, however. This potential 3 rising values. If CLOV gets above 430, you have a confirmed 3 rising values, which could be a trend reversal indicator, at least short term. This is a 15-minute chart. So yeah, 430 is probably the bigger breakout level, but you still got to fill that gap at 417 first on CLOV. FUBO, I talked about a couple nights ago on stream. That was up 6% today. I remember I showed you all how it was flipping a supply line into a demand line, ended up going sideways for a bit, and now it's starting to bounce. Those are just some updates. AMC as well, continuing to go higher. I wouldn't stop talking about this last week. GameStop as well. But AMC putting its highest high of this current rally today. That's good. We can move on into the ongoing swings. Fisker is doing good things. It's pretty much back at the entry. It was down. Swing was down like 7% at one point. Now it's pretty much flat. Another bounce off the 200-day moving average. Nearly confirmed hidden bullish divergence. I think the auction for their NFTs go live tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. And might be quietly breaking out of this wedge on the 4 hour. And on the 1 hour, it's also kind of breaking out of it. You can see a little bit more clearly here. I'm ignoring this little fake out because I'm connecting this high to this high. Even on the 15-minute broke, I have a little bit of a wedge today and ended up going higher into the close. So Fisker from a technical standpoint is looking good. Take a look at this. Look at that. All right. Can't see the percent. How big can you make? Oh, it's not going to let you see this percent, but all the swings green today. All the swings. And then all the premium swings except for one. One of them was down like a little bit today, but yeah, I mean, it's just across the board. There's things that these things are happening in the market, and that's why I'm spending so much time focusing on the market. So that's Fisker. 3 new swings today. Let me kind of go through them. First one is open, alternate bat. You know, PCC is a little bit shy, but reclaim this really important support at 1367. Classic bullish divergence on the daily RSI. Bullish engulfing candle at the low. 2 days of fall through price action. It already moved up a little bit intraday after the alert. Very nice stuff there. Upstart, it was up like 8 or 9% when I alerted it today, and I was like, should I wait for a little bit of a pullback? And then they closed up 14%, so good thing I did alert it same day. I mean, unless it pulls back tomorrow, but confirmed classic bullish divergence at the PCZ of a shark. And you reclaim this very important 141 level. It was a gap fill level from right over here. You went under it for a little bit. Now you're back above it. All this is happening within a descending broadening wedge. That also moved up a few percent intraday after the alert. And then also beyond. Well, you can look at this on the daily. You have some classic bullish divergence on the daily RSI. But just because of how big this harmonic is, I decided to mainly chart it on the weekly. So beyond, you've got another massive shark. B2D is a little bit shy, but yeah, you also have classic bullish divergence developing on the weekly. Oversold RSI. I actually used to have Beyond in a retirement account. I don't anymore, but I like Beyond fundamentally personally. I think vegan culture is just going to keep growing and growing. And I mean, it's around its all-time lows. Not really 44 is the all-time low, but from a visual standpoint it is, because at one point this thing was up 237. Like if we look at it like this, like you've made over an 88 pretty much, yeah, over an 88% retrace from your all-time low to all-time high and then back down. So yeah, all that's happening within this little descending channel over here. So those are the new swings. Open, upstart, beyond, not financial advice. See what happens. Now GameStop was flat today. Trade is still up 6%. Not much to really update from a technical standpoint. They're still just testing this resistance at 160 that we talked about last night. Nice bounce back for Palantir today. Tomorrow it's going to be testing. Honestly, you could probably look at this as more of a wedge now. It's going to be testing a breakout of this little wedge on the 4-hour tomorrow at the open, unless it gaps down. So keeping an eye on Palantir tomorrow. Good. Things are still looking the same. You're still holding support. Not much of a change there. Zoom is up about 10% since the entry. Been flat for the last 2 days though. Nothing changed from a technical standpoint. Wix went up 9% today. Finally decided to actually get out of this little inflection zone it's been testing from back over here. And it just shot right up to your next resistance around 160. If 160 breaks your resistance after that, it's around 171 from this high and this low. So good stuff. Even if you draw like a little bit of a supply line here, you broke that as well for the close. So far so good. Wix is up almost 12% since the entry. SU also bounced back today after hitting the 200-day moving average yesterday. And then bullish divergence developing. Still looks like a cup and handle. And looks like the stop loss was properly placed for right now, if that low at the 200-day moving average holds. And then finally VLO, it's back in profit. I mean, this one's not really done too much. Hopefully it can start doing something. Maybe breaking above 74 would be a good start. So those are your ongoing swings. Every single one of them was green today that were non-premium, and only one of the premium swings was red. See if they can keep going. But remember, we just bounced quite a bit, so you might have a couple days of just trying to figure out where we are. One-on-one class Thursday, good vibes, says Steven. What's up, Mr. 90210? Happy early birthday to Neutron Flux Labs. His birthday is tomorrow. Hope you enjoy it. Taking the day off and going to get endless Korean barbecue spot for lunch. That sounds amazing. Make sure to send a picture in social chat. What's up, Medi? How you doing? I think Medi got out of here. Never mind. SBC down 1/3%. Completely unacceptable. Do better. I'll try. All right, so that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. Today was just a good, nice green day. That's really it. Nothing too crazy. So does anybody want me to look at any charts before I get out of here? Might just be a short stream. Remember, charity stream is either going to be tomorrow night or Thursday. It depends. I don't know if I'm even going to stream on Thursday because the market's closed on Friday. So it'll be a last minute decision. I'll let you know either if I stream tomorrow night. I mean, I'm going to stream tomorrow night no matter what, and I'll let you know if tomorrow night's going to be the charity stream or not. If I do decide to stream on Thursday, it'll be Thursday. If I don't want to stream Thursday, we'll do the charity stream tomorrow night. It's going to be for American Red Cross. So make sure to watch that stream and join the Discord. Links in the description. If you want to join premium, links in the description. Free course in the description. All the links are in the description. Oh yeah, we can take a look at MANA. US. I view it something like this. A little bit of a falling wedge here. maybe a bullish bat as well. A little bit shy on the D point. So that's kind of how I'd view it. I'd say the big level is about $3 from the high over here, kind of the low here, kind of the low here, and the lows over here. So $3 is the important level, and then resistance at 367, then some at 422, and then some at $5. That's my 4-hour chart, and then on the daily, you've got some hidden bullish divergence developing on both oscillators. So that's MANA, QS, nice 4% bounce, still under this important $25 resistance from these 3 peaks over here, kind of this low as well. I would just like to see QS reclaim that. A lot of these charts, again, just look the complete same, a little bit of a wedge here on lower time frames. Well, it'll be more clear on lower time frames, but you can still kind of see it on the daily. Pretty much hidden bullish divergence, Class B hidden bullish divergence developing as well for QS, so you just want to reclaim 25 in my opinion, not financial advice. BurgerFi, a little bit tough for me to chart BurgerFi. I use it for my one-on-one calls, so I kind of have a bunch of stuff like drawn here, like circles and stuff, but we'll just kind of focus on this part, I guess. It's put an all-time low yesterday, which I've just not really seen any good price action in a long time. I also had BurgerFi in my retirement account at one point. It's no longer there, thankfully. They have great burgers though. Stock price does not reflect that, unfortunately. Long-term falling wedge, I mean, if that low from yesterday holds, potential double bottom, but you still got a lot of work to do. Won't even be a confirmed double bottom until you get above like 765. That's really it for BurgerFi. Wedge, maybe a little bit of divergence on the RSI on the daily. All right. Am I tripping? Did I zone out and miss Lucid? I was wondering if you decided to take those couple week out calls. I haven't yet, but I'm still keeping a very close eye on it. Tomorrow I might. It just kind of went flat today. I didn't really see much volume today, but it's still, like, from a technical standpoint, really nothing changed. We did talk about it a little bit earlier. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna get out of here now. Might just be a quick stream tonight. How long was that? 37 minutes? Not bad. I don't know. I'll be live again tomorrow night for sure. Might be a charity stream, or maybe the charity stream will be on Thursday. I'll let you know tomorrow night. But yeah, if this is the last stream you watch before Christmas, Merry Christmas. You're gonna be watching the rest of the streams. I'll see you then. Make sure you're in the Discord if you're currently not. Everything is literally there. Be live again tomorrow night. Have a great night. Good luck trading tomorrow if you choose to do so, and peace out.